Why are these legislators, these Republicans, getting in the way of that, getting in the way of saving lives, getting in the way of us making sure that the economy is working as well and getting out of this pandemic? And so that's the question for them.
How do you answer that question, sir?
Well, first of all, I'm not in the legislature, so I can't quite answer for our legislature, but I think that they want people to have choices over their own decisions as to their health care with their doctor's advice, and so people have different opinions about what that should be for them, and it shouldn't be made by the federal government from Joe Biden's desk.
I want to play a clip of you from this week going against the vaccine mandate. Take a look.
I would urge businesses, don't listen to the president. He's bullying Americans. He's bullying businesses. And what they should do is take care of their own businesses, take care of their own workers.
You say Texas companies should take care of their own workers. So given that, how do you justify the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, issuing an executive order that bans any business in Texas from issuing a vaccine mandate? And how do you justify the governor issuing a ban on all school districts on mask mandates, a ban that was overturned just this week by a federal judge?
So I justify the governor has the authority under state law in an emergency to respond to these types of issues, and so he's done just that. Obviously, it's his view that these mask mandates are unnecessary and that vaccine requirements are also unnecessary. So it's my job as a state's attorney to go defend what he's done and what the legislature's done. I'm perfectly comfortable doing that.
Well, I just want to drill down on this a little bit. You said that you think that Texas companies, businesses, should take care of their own workers. Is that consistent with the governor's executive order and your enforcement of that order, which bans companies from taking care of their own workers as they see fit?
Yeah, so what I was trying to say in that clip was the president doesn't have the authority to force companies. Obviously, we've gotten a stay in the Fifth Circuit to stop him from forcing companies to require their workers to get the vaccine or be fired. And what I'm saying to these companies is you don't have to listen to him because he's out there saying now you should do it anywhere, do it anyway, despite the fact that we have a stay from a higher court.
Yeah, but you said that the businesses should take care of their own workers, and the governor is saying they can't take care of their own workers as they see fit. They're prohibited from deciding, if they so choose, to issue a vaccine mandate. That's not consistent.
Yeah, so, well, we're dealing with different types of requirements here. We've got state government requirements, so it's clear that the governor has a different executive order for them, and we've been in all types of litigation with school districts and counties trying to stop them from forcing mandates in San Antonio vaccines, and we've been successful. We've actually had no lawsuits against businesses. There's a lot more freedom with businesses to make their own decisions, but what I would say is that they should definitely consider their employees, because we're in a situation right now with our economy where we can't afford to lose transportation employees and healthcare workers or law enforcement officers, and that's happening all over the country, and I think it's going to have a negative impact on our economy and our ability to help people.
But I just want to go through this one more time. You're saying that they should have the authority and the ability to decide what their workers should do. The governor's executive order prohibits them from deciding what they want to do. He bans vaccine mandates. Isn't a mandate by the federal government, are you saying there's a difference between a mandate to get a vaccine from the federal government is different in terms of the ability to take care of their own from a state mandate not to have vaccine mandates?
Well, I think your question is a little confusing, but yes, the federal government has no authority to do this. Right now, we have OSHA guidelines that have not been authorized by Congress. They absolutely have no authority to do this. The governor has a different authority under state law that the legislature's given him, and he's operating under that state law. And so we're doing our best to defend.
So he can tell private businesses what to do. It's okay, and they can't take care of their own?
Well, look, I definitely agree that states have more authority over these areas than the federal government. The federal government has limited authority, and if Congress has not granted that authority to OSHA, and I would even question whether Congress has authority. Yes, states have a lot of authority to deal with what's going on in their states, and I think that's been clear from the founding of our country.